Hello and welcome, Lynx. Here we are playing If My Heart Had Wings. Let's just jump to it. Kotori groans as she turns the pages of the book, which is all written in English. Do you understand it?
なんとなくはわかるんだけど。
Kind of.
ひばりね、早く帰ってこないかな。そしたら訳してもらうのに。
Kotori is reading a foreign book about morning glory and other similar phenomena. There are few records of such things occurring in Kazegaura, so it looks like she came across this while looking for something similar. It would be great if there were some articles about phenomena that have occurred here in Kazegaura.
しょうがないわ。何せ十数年に一度あるかないかのレアな現象だし。
It seems that when it happened 26 years ago, it was very sudden and was shown on TV and in newspapers as a rare phenomenon. If the photo that the soaring club had taken had been circulated, then the reaction to it would have been quite different. They didn't have the internet, like we have now, 26 years ago. The game is in 2013. Yeah. So we've only been able to find articles and records from the time in the library. But we only know a little about this phenomenon.
どうやらあの雲の回廊は最低でも十数キロの長さはあるみたいね。
Yep. Said Kotori as she showed me the maps that she had made herself. The site was drawn based on witness testimonies. It was pretty long. It went diagonally across the lake and then just kept going and going and going.
夜明け前に生まれて日が昇ってしばらくしたら消えてしまうみたい。
How long does it last?
さあ、せいぜい2、3時間ってところじゃないかしら。雲の周りに強い上昇気流があって、それに乗ればグライダーで渡っていくこともできるそうよ。OB の人たちはそうやって撮影したんでしょうね。
Gotcha. I see. When the water vapor becomes a vertical draft and rises up in the sky, it is cooled down by the colder air, creating clouds. There is a strong connection between clouds and vertical drafts.
いつ起こるのかわからないんじゃ。準備のしようもないよ。
There are only 10 days left of the summer holiday. The countdown to Amane quitting the school has begun. Before that, we have to pass through the passage of clouds. No matter how good a glider we make, or whether we learn to pilot it perfectly, if the morning glory doesn't occur, we can't do anything.
こんなとこかな。
Ageha, who is working on something by herself, wipes the sweat from her brow and takes a breather. What are you doing?
コックピット作ってたの。
Huh? She had attached pedals and a stick that was like a yoke to a chair. Calling it a cockpit is slightly lame for...
何よその顔は。これただのおもちゃじゃないんだからね。
I took a cable that extended from her poor excuse for a mock cockpit and plugged it into the computer. Kotori, who seemed tricked, leans over.
シミュレーターを起動して。
I turned on as she says. Aka sits down in the mock cockpit and operates the yoke. And fun!
動いた。ラダーペダルは上々。
Could it play?
シミュレーター用コックピットよ。
Operating the pedals and yoke attached to the chair moves the aircraft shown on the monitor. It feels just like watching magic or something.
これならより本物に近い操作感が得られるでしょ。
I mean, if you can do that, why won't you make the controls that Kotori could operate as well in actual glider? I had to say that, man. Aga moves out of the way and I sit down to try it. Wow, this is great! It really moves!
どうやったの？このくらい簡単よ。時間ができたら作ろうって思ってたの。
She asked how, and know if it's easy or not. Come on.
天音先輩もよかった ったら試してみてください。
Amane calls out her, and Amane, who is sitting in front of the drawing board, lifts her head up. Haha.
何か言ったか？あまねちゃん、こっち来て。これで練習したら、あまねちゃんももっと上手になれるって。
Amane comes over and takes a good look at the cockpit that Aga had made.
ねえ、すごいでしょ？こんなの作っちゃうなんて、アゲハすごい。いや、だから本当に大したものじゃないんだって。
Go ahead, Amane.
どれどれ？わあ、本当だ。これはいい訓練になるな。
While muttering, I should have made it like this from the beginning, she operates the simulator for a while.
ウインチが戻ってくるまでの間、少しでも練習できればと思って。アゲハ偉い。
Why is Kotori the one who is the happiest about that? While the winch is broken, our clamp activities have grinded to a halt. We couldn't stand just waiting for time to pass. That's why everyone's been looking for a thing to do. The feeling that we're making even the slightest progress lifted everyone's spirits.
これはよくできてるな。こうして座ることでより臨場感が増して。
It's as if you were really flying and you were high above the ground. Amane is trembling.
シミュレーターなのに怖いぞ。それにも慣れることができて一石二鳥じゃない。
Why am I not doing the license, by the way? Aoi, why are you not doing the license right now? Letting Amane get in the seat, I stand a little further away, and while listening to them all talking, I happen to take a glance at the drawing board. When she has spare time, Amane is always at the drawing board. Some plans have been drawn there, but the aircraft has already been completed. Even so, I wondered what it was that she had been drawing. So I peeked. It is a glider. The shape of the wings is different. The main wings were a bit further forward in relation to the fuselage. The outline was strange and quite different to the airplane I know. Oh, that freaking asshole. As soon as his voice came out of the blue, I realized that at some point Mr. Asshole had come into the garage. Everyone stops talking and starts acting warily of him. Dude, go fuck yourself. See Mr. Tapioca, that piece of shit, appearing suddenly and making snide comments. Kotori looks like she's about to snap at him. I would snap at him myself.
わかってるわよ。何かご用ですか？
山辺先生が放任しているようなのでな。代わりに私が見に来てやったんだ。
Yeah, how about you go fuck yourself, and how about you go and take care of the club that has not achieved anything in the time that Amane has quitted it? Because clearly, your approach sucks. Mr. Yamanobe is our advisor, but he hardly ever shows his face here, which is fine. That could be because of the pressure from that asshole Tobioka. If he were to be actively involved with the club, he would become a target for that asshole.
Himegi, こんなお遊びのためにロボット部をやめたのか。
I'm
お前
gonna
には
punch
期
him in
待
the
してい
face,
たん
man.
だぞ。
I would not hesitate.
お遊びじゃありません。
I carry her retort sharply without any fear of that asshole. Hey, frowns in frustration.
こんな部を選んだこと、いずれ後悔するぞ。
そうならないよう努力します。
Really, she looks like she wants to say, I don't need your opinion, so get the fuck out of here! It seems like she's putting up with it for now.
望月、また飛んだらしいな。
はい、テストフライトをしました。ちゃんと活動しないと生徒会に怒られるので。
その時、ウインチが故障したらしいじゃないか。
なんでそんなこと知ってんのよ。
That fucking asshole.
あれじゃない？山辺先生には報告したから。
Or could it be that fucking asshole meddled? If something were to happen, just in case, you would tell Mr. Yamanobe everything that we'll be doing.
また事故を起こすつもりか。もし怪我人を出したら、今度こそ廃部だぞ。
Dude, you will get injured in a moment.
と言っても、どの道あと10日か。夏休みが終わればお前も引退なんだ。頼むから、それまではおとなしくし
Dude,
て
I
おい
want
て
to
くれ。
patch him so much.
はい。
We left it at that, and Mr. Rebecca left the garage.
なんなのあいつ。 らんよね。ロボット部やめて正解だったわ。
Should have said that when he was around, to be honest.
ねえ、あまねちゃん。さっきあいつが言ってた事故って。あまねちゃん
I doubt.
わかってる。事故はないようにしなきゃな。
I mean, she doesn't want to talk about it, which makes sense.
いや、そうじゃなくって。お腹が空いた。ご飯を食べてこよう。
Let's not poke the topic. Amane pulls an unnatural smile, then stands up and leaves the garage.
何あれ。さあ。
I mean, accident, would you really want to talk about it? Come on. Come on.
ね、事故ってなんだろう。わからない。けど。
It looks like Tuama needs something in the past that she doesn't want to talk about. That's about it. As I said that the other two both have a grave look on their faces. I mean, makes sense if it was something bad. Nighttime. I think we could ask Kanako. I get out of bath and it's about time to go to bed. Amanda didn't seem herself today. Even at dinner time she didn't eat much. Ever since that asshole Tobio, for whatever his name was, mentioned the accident. What happened? Everybody was worried about it, but it didn't seem like we could ask her about it. I walked along the hallway while thinking of that, and then Amane came down from the second floor.
Kotoriはいるかな?
She's in her room, I think.
そうか。ありがとう。
Amane knocks on Kotori's door.
あまねちゃん?
Kotori pokes her head out from the room and is surprised to see Amane there. It's probably the first time she's gone to see her in her room like this.
少しいいかな。いいけど、入る?
Kotori invited her in, then Amane went inside the room. Kotori went to close the door when noticed I was there. She looked at me like, what should I do? Come over here! But there's no way I could go in there. Eventually she closed the door. I wonder if it was about her question from earlier. Oh, we'll actually find out. Ooh, interesting. Interesting.
何か言おうかな、あまねちゃん。
懐
かしいな。
Oh, is it the same route? Yeah, okay, makes sense. Yes. After all, she found the diary over here. That's her.
ここは昔、イスカの部屋だったんだ。な、あと。あの頃、何度か遊びに来たことがあった。ハット用の出入り口を作るのも手伝った。
Wait, Hatto has the freaking door as... The duck door, yeah, duck door. To the outside as well? That's nuts.
そうだったんだ。通りで雑なわけね。
What do you mean? It looks good from here.
あまり変わってないな。私、物が少ないから、ごちゃごちゃしてると動くのに邪魔になるし、部屋を見に来たの？そうだった。借りていたこれを返そうと思って。これ、イスカの高校日誌じゃない。返すってどういうこと？それは小鳥のものだろ？違うわ。私は見つけただけで、これは私のものでもないぞ。でも、あまねちゃんが持っているべきよ。だって親友だったんでしょ？イスカは私に見せたくてそれをここに残したわけじゃない。もしそうなら直接渡すかガレージに置いてたはずだ。そうだけど、この部屋にあったんだろ？そこの棚と棚の隙間に挟まっていたの。隠してたみたいだった。君が持っておくべきだと思う。イスカもそう思ってるはずだ。
Interesting.
あまねちゃんがそれでいいなら、私も君に持っていてほしい。わかった。ここに来たおかげでまたハットにも会えた。楽しい夏休みだったな。あまねちゃん、まだ終わってないわ。でもモーニンググローリーは来るから、 絶対怒るから。小鳥が言うと本当にそうなりそうだな。なるもん。それじゃあもう寝るよ。おやすみ小鳥。ハット。おやすみ。わあ。というわけなのよ。
It's like what? The corner of the garage, in a blind spot which couldn't be seen from the drawing board. In the show of the glider, we were whispering to each other.
じゃあ、天音先輩から返してきたんだ。その高校日誌。
As you can hear, Ageha is incapable of whispering. I'm just narrating out loud to you. Kotori had told us the details about what had happened in her room last night. Seems pretty meaningful.
でしょ？だからもう私、どうしたらいいかわからなくって。身辺整理ってことなんじゃないかな。もう引退も間近なわけだし。やだ、そんな悲しいこと言わないでよ。私だって言いたかないわよ。でもしょうがないじゃない。
Usually, even if you quit a club, you still carry on coming to school. However, in Amane's case, she's already gained enough credits, so as long as she doesn't fail any of her exams, she'll be able to graduate. As she said before, once she leaves, she'll go back home to help her father with his work. She probably won't come to school anymore. When we think about it, we all start to feel really down. Because of Amane giving Isuka's flight log back to Kotori last night, we became strongly aware of the situation.
これ、ほとんど日記だね。イスカはグライダー制作の知識はほとんどなくて、実質ハマネちゃんが作ってたみたいなの。
Let's not forget about Anchan making the cockpit. According to the diary, Isuka was the pilot, it seems. Oh. Amane made it, and Isuka flew it. It looks like those were their roles. I remember when we first joined the club that Amane said there was no pilot. That must be what she was talking about. In the log were all the details of the production process. Rather than being a flight log, it was more like a production log, so I wondered why Isuka called it a flight log. But it seems that Isuka wasn't a particularly diligent writer, so there are many days where nothing at all had been written. There were a lot of things that wouldn't mean anything to someone else were to read it. For example, it was pointless talking to her about that thing. She doesn't know anything about what it's like to be young. And so on. The only ones who would understand was the person who wrote it and her. Most likely, Amane.
やっぱりこれって天音先輩にとって大切なものなんじゃ。だから返そうとしたのよ。でも私に持っていてほしいって。なんでだろう。私が見つけたからかな。
I wonder if Amane wrote anything there afterwards. She might think of it something you've inherited.
受け継いだ？何を？
Isuka's dreams. You came to the soaring club because you found it, didn't you? So don't think that maybe Isuka brought you here?
そっか。天音先輩からすれば、イスカさんの思いが小鳥を動かしたようにも見えるわけね。
Why are you literally repeating stuff that I just said? Isuka's dreams of longing for the sky are revealed here in the flight log. If those dreams are what moved Kotori, it could be said that she had inherited them.
そうなのかな。
Try to remember. In the beginning, when we were talking about getting new members, someone wasn't very positive about it. But when you brought that photo and the flight log, her attitude completely changed, didn't it?
そういや、そうだったね。あの時は事情が分からずにいたけど、天音先輩にとってはすごく運命的な出来事だったんだろうね。
Kotori, who feels a heavy sense of responsibility, makes a serious face as she goes into deep thought.
ところでさ、気になることがあるんだけど。
Oh. I can flick through the flight log.
あった、ここ。
At some point, I won't be able to stay here. What's written there? It looks like it doesn't give much of a connection to the context of what's written before and after. It just appears that suddenly and seems kind of out of place.
なんだろうね、これ。
Also, the same kind of thing appears several times.
これ、学校を辞めちゃうってことかな。
Upon reading more, it doesn't really say why they had to leave.
何か事情があったのよ。ここから去らなきゃならない理由が。じゃあイスカさんがいなくなったのは事故とは関係ないってこと？
Why are you asking the same question again as the previous person?
それはわからない。けどハマネちゃんがモーニンググローリーを飛びたがってるのはイスカのためなんだよね。
Kotori opens a page in the log. This is what was written there. I still can't forget the emotion I felt when I saw that photo. That such a beautiful view could be from above the town where we live, in the sky that is always there, stretching out far and wide. Even so, she didn't seem so surprised, and it looked like she wasn't moved at all. That's why I thought I'm going to take you there, for sure. When she sees the real thing, even Amane would be brought to tears, and she'll definitely be moved by it, no doubt about it. This is the page where the photo was placed inside the book. You might be right. There's no way that Amane, who is scared of caves, would want to fly above the clouds. Despite that, she caused problems for her father and continued to stay at the school, becoming a super repeat student. She must want to go there to see the view that Iska wanted to show her.
あまねちゃん、なんだ
Kotori jumped out of her wheelchair, hastily hid the flight behind her back.
さっきから何をこそこそ話してるんだ？
Let's go, she noticed.
なんでもないの、あまねちゃん。そうそう、こっちの話ですから。
Amane looks at me. Like she says, just talking amongst ourselves. As I answer, Amane pouts.
私だけ抜け者か。
Oh crap, she's a little upset. Since she was concentrating on the drawing board, I thought she would notice what we were doing.
違うの、あまねちゃんの、送別会をね、企画してて。送別会？今年で引退しちゃうでしょ。だから。
Kotori's voice fades away. Although she used it as an excuse in the heat of the moment, we don't really want to talk about Amane leaving. In the place, Kotori, who had fallen silent, continued the story. We were planning it in a secret because we thought we might surprise you. We're going to prepare all your favorite things.
そうなんです。そうか、それは悪いことをした。送別会か、楽しみだな。
It seemed that she believed us, and then she returned to her position in front of the drawing board. Now we have to pull one out!
でも、これでしなきゃいけなくなったわね。
Can you not repeat my words? That's fine, let's have a farewell party.
やだけど、やりたい。
I'm not in agreement with Kotori. It's not that I want to say goodbye to Amane, obviously I don't. However, if that's the way it is, I want to give her a proper send-off. Is this the only thing you need?
シャーペンの芯がなくなりそうだから、それも買っておこう。
I follow Amane to the stationery store. Oh, we are shopping with her. Let's go. Today I've gone shopping with Amane. Let's go! I'm what you might call a bag carrier. That's good. Even so, going out with Amane, just the two of us, could be called one of the perks of the job.
よし、もう忘れ物はないぞ。
Nope. Shall we head back? I won't come on,
今日
man.
はありがとう。おかげでいっぱい買えた。
No, no, it's no problem at all. Anytime. Any time of the day. Any hour. It could be that of the night. Anyway, Amane bought paper and equipment for the drawing, and also some other tools. For what purpose, I don't know. The mount and the wave would be too much for Amane to carry by herself.
けど、どうして急に買い出しに付き合ってくれたんだ？
Well, I thought it might be tough to do it by yourself. Today I've been entrusted with a secret mission. While the others prepare for the final party, I have to buy them some time. A few days ago, it was hastily decided that we would hold a farewell party, but in order to surprise Amane even just a little, we plan to keep, at the very least, the day and time of the party a secret. Right now, Kotori and the others should be proceeding with the preparations at the dormitory. They should be alright with that. They had called for some help, so they told me not to worry. Hey, Amane, we're going! Hello! Amane started to walk in the opposite direction to the school.
荷物を持って帰るんだ。飛び魚荘に。
Huh? Why? Aren't you going to put them in the garage?
ああ、これは寮で作業できるように買ったものだからな。
Really? That must be why she's buying large amounts of the same things that she has on her desk in the garage.
どうしたんだ？帰らないのか？
Well, this is bad. If she goes back to the dormitory like this, they will be caught in the middle of the preparations. Why don't we go for a little stroll?
別に構わないが。
What's this all of a sudden? Her face seemed to say, but she agreed to it. Okay, let's go as far as possible. I mean, you could have just taken her to a cafe or something, to be fair, but... Man, Amane is great. Amane is great. As far as possible, following the idea, I chose the course for the stroll. It will take a detour past the lake along the promenade. Then I noticed that we were walking up a gentle slope. Yup. Amanda let out a sigh, as though she was impressed by the sight of windmills lined up along the gently sloping hill. Is this the first time you've seen them?
下から見るのはな。湖越しにか、空の上からしか見たことなかった。
Not many people would have seen this place from there. I was one of those few people. I feel quite proud of that.
ここは自然エネルギーの研究施設だったな。私が慶風学園に来た頃にはまだ建設中だった。
It was when I had moved away from here. I see, at that time, Amane was already a student of Keifu Academy. You were in the robot club in the first grade, and after that you joined the soaring club, didn't you?
ああ、そうだ。入ったというより、部を作ったという言い方が正しいな。
Together with Iska, is that right? For a moment, Amane looks at me in a mysterious way, then nods. She must find it strange to hear us using Iska's name.
私はイスカに誘われたんだ。イスカがあの写真やガレージを見つけてきて、ソアリング部を作ろうと言い出した。
I wonder if we will meet that person. I wish I could have seen it.
何をだ？
You at the time. Amane at the same age as Kotori Habane. Dude. Amane looks at her own body again.
今とそう変わらないと思うぞ。
I guess her boobs must have been just as big as back then too. But I would be jealous if she heard that. Her looks aside, I can imagine Amane Mochizuki as an innocent young girl. Her life might not have changed much since the time she joined the robot club. What did you do in the club back then?
それも今とそんなに変わらない。グライダーを作って飛ばそうとしてた。あの頃の私はグライダーにあまり興味がなく、ただイスカが写真の場所へ行ってみたいと言うから、それを手伝っている感覚だった。
Him? What? Is it different now?
航空工学は私の専門分野ではないが、研究してみると面白い発見がたくさんあった。それにみんなと、小鳥やアゲハや葵くんと一緒に何かをするのが楽しい。主翼が完成した時のことを覚えているかい？
Of course, of course.
あの時嬉しかったんだ。みんなの力が、いや、気持ち、うまく言えないが、それが形になったような気がして。だから飛ぶのは怖かったけど、テストフライトが楽しみだった。
Amane. Realizing it, I feel taken aback. I usually never know what she's thinking, but now I knew that she felt the same way I did back then.
きっと何でもいいんだと思う。 みんなが夢中になれるものなら。
That just happened to be the glider. The rest of us could probably say the same thing.
ずっと知りたかったんだ。イスカが夢中になってた理由を。
Says Amane as she looks into the distant view on the other side of the lake.
あの雲の回廊を飛べば、それがわかるかもしれない。
So that's why it's your goal. In that place, even if she's all alone. Maybe even now, Amane isn't really that into making gliders. The thing that she's chasing after is not the sky but Iska. Which kind of pisses me off, but... Where is that person now? The question that I had been on the verge of asking before, but had stopped myself, just slipped out. Uh-oh. Amane looks at the windmills turning slowly in the wind.
さあ、わからない。どこかへ行ってしまった。
Wait, so it's a she? It's a he or a she? Come on! Game! Is Iska a gal or not a gal? I'd prefer a gal, obviously, but... whatever. Amane is the one. Amane was smiling. Not like she was sad or lonely, but like she had given up. I regretted asking such an unnecessary question. Not knowing what to say next, I look up at the windmills with her. Every time I see them, it's such a tranquil scene. It feels as if living life, rushing around, living according to time is so silly.
それにしても暑いな。ソーラーパネルが大活躍だな。
Yeah. Other than windmills, there are also solar panels to generate electricity. In the direct sun of the middle of summer, they must be working like crazy right now.
そろそろ帰ろうか。
Hey. Well, what shall we do? Maybe we should stay for a little longer. I checked the time on my cell phone and it's still a bit too early.
でも暑いぞ。ほら、汗がこんなに。
I have no problem with that. And, yeah, it's Amane, so she says as she pulls her sweaty clothes away from her chest. That's what I said once. That is the area that gets the most sweaty. Okay, okay. Let's go to the convenience store. I'll buy you an ice cream.
アイスか。いいな。
Looking like she was about to start trolling, Amane immediately started walking. I go after her, carrying the bags.
私はストロベリーのやつがいいな。甘酸っぱくて美味しいんだ。
Go ahead, have whichever one you like. I ordered to buy them sometime. It looks like I'll need to get her to eat about 2 or 3 ice creams. We're going to be eating later, but that shouldn't be a problem for Amane.
Taだいま。
I didn't expect that as well. Going to the entranceway, Amane is surprised by the sound of the cracker going off. Seeing Kotori and Habane, she said,
今日は私の誕生日だったか。違うって。自分の誕生日覚えてないの？さあさあ、どうぞ奥へ。おう。
With a big question mark on her face, Amane is brought in the dining hall, and without hesitation she showed her amazement when she saw the spectacle awaiting her inside. An empty table? I followed her inside and I also let out a little gasp. The dining table was overflowing with food. Right. Let's imagine that. Imagine the power of imagination.
すごい。美味しそうな食べ物がいっぱいだ。
I think the artists didn't deliver that part, by the way.
気に入ってくれたみたい。まずは成功だね。
Kotori and Habane smiled at each other.
天音先輩、長い間お疲れ様でした。忘れちゃったの？送別会するって言ってたでしょ？
It seemed like Shirley had forgotten and said, "Oh yay!" and nodded when she finally remembered.
忘れなきゃいけないと思ってたから頑張ったんだ。
If you try your best to forget something, wouldn't that make the memory more vivid? That's what Amane is like for. She's not like ordinary people. Sorry, Amane. We didn't want you to see them preparing everything, so that's why I've been taking you to all those different places all day. I actually wanted that as well, to be fair. Even without that, I would love that, but...
約束だよね。天音先輩とデートできちゃうなんて。
Yes! Oi, that's not what this is about. I would say yes if the game would allow me to.
あれはデートだったのか。
No, I just...
初めてした。そうか、あれがデートなのか。引退前にまた一ついい思い出ができた。
My heart! Yes! Yes! Amane has never even dated anyone at all. Not to mention she's never been on a date with anyone. Yes! Yes! She's the one.
だって喜んでもらえたみたいよ。
Where is... Dude... Ah, the fact that I... Oh, yeah.
赤くなってる。やらしい。
What do you mean it's creepy? How dare you? I'm right now on cloud 7. Oh shit, booyah! More importantly, you guys have done a great job of getting all this food ready. By the looks of it, Western food is the main focus here. It's Italian and French! But I'm not that clued up on it, so I don't know the names. However, there are things like roast beef and chicken that have been cooked in the oven, so it's a lot like real restaurant food.
ひばり姉に手伝ってもらったのよ。
Let's go! As Kotori spoiled the surprise slightly, Hibari, who couldn't wait any longer, came to the dining hall.
こんばんは、あまねさん。こんばんは。
こんばんは。
小鳥ちゃんに頼まれてお手伝いさせてもらいました。
Oh, I see, so that's why.
言っときますけど、私たちもちゃんと手伝ったんだからね。ねえ。
Then, after Hibari, Anchan came in. We invited him to surprise Amane.
Amane, 引退おめでとう。
達也、ありがとう。いいのかな、私たちも混ぜてもらって。
いいんじゃねえの、俺らも草むしり手伝ったんだし。
Kotori Master Sugu are here too. Like Master Sugu says, they did head out, but at times like this, the more the merrier.
パーティーと聞いちゃ黙ってられないからね。
Let's go, Kanako! Kanako, I thought you went back home.
追い出されてきた。
Again? She must have been wandering around her underwear again, I guess. But we can't leave her out of the party. She's kept up with this and that too.
わあ、賑やかだな。
It's like she's talking about someone else's party.
主役はあまねちゃんよ。そうそう。今日は先輩の送別会ですからね。そうだった。ありがとう、みんな。さあ、今夜は飲んで歌ってじゃんじゃん騒ごう。
She'll be the first one to fall asleep, by the way. She'll be second. Okay, don't go too crazy. This is being solved and falling apart, you know. I'm not sure if I repaired it properly.
Oh, おいしい、おいしい。相変わらずだわね。
Love it.
がっかり感が半端ないわね。
Nobody listens to Yaga, huh? Everyone sighs when they see the way that Amane eats. That totally ruins the effect of her good looks. No, it doesn't!
どうしたんだみんな。なんでもないわ。料理気に入ってもらえてよかったです。美味しい。すごいな。今日の料理は豪華だな。ひばり姉が腕を振るってくれたからね。小鳥ちゃんの大切な先輩さんなんですもの。半端なお料理は出せないわ。
Hibari emphasizes the point. She's a good person, but when it comes to Kotori, she gets a scary look in her eyes. Like, a little bit.
このチキン美味しいな。
She wolves down the grilled herb chicken with a complete lack of manners. I felt a little stunned to think that I would no longer be able to see the way she eats so excitedly. Same.
ついにAmaneも引退か。もっとも、 最初はまだ続けてたことに驚いたけどな。
父にたくさん迷惑をかけた。これからは親孝行しないといけない。
お前の口から親孝行なんて言葉が聞けるなんてな。
ねえねえ、あんちゃんもソアリング部を復活させた時のメンバーなの？
俺か？俺は違うぞ。後から誘われたんだ。
Bagaimana?
どうだったかな？
No.
達也を誘ったのはミスカだ。
Expected that kinda.
私が作ったパーツを見てミスカがこれはまずいって言い出して。
God damn it, is Iska a guy or a girl by now? I don't know. Like, one time you say he, one time she. What? Ah, it pissed me off.
一体何がまずかったのか
It's a guy.
今もよくわからないんだが。
Whatever, Amane was never on a date with anyone. Until now, I'm happy. Amane didn't understand, but we got it straight away. And that's when he asked Anchan. Or she asked Anchan. Who knows?
あんちゃんは昔から工場の手伝いしてて、その手の加工技術はお手の物だったもんね。それもあるが。
Iska is a she. Iska is a she. I'm calling it. Iska is after Anchan.
あるが
I'm calling for that.
おっと、これは誰にも言っちゃいけないってイスカから言われていたんだった。
I know it. I know it. Iska was after Anchan. It seems that there is some deep meaning in what she said, and my brain already processed the information. If it was an ordinary person cutting themselves off like that, it would be like they were waiting for us to say, so let's tell us! But with her, I don't think that's the case.
それってやっぱあれじゃない？ね
今のソアリング部を始めたのはイスカとアマネだ。当時は2人だけだったんだ。
Tatsuya!
え、二人でできたんですか？部活に。
I mean, she was able to carry it on her own only, so yes.
当時の生徒会は甘かったからな。特にアマネには。何せ学校創立以来の天才少女だ。先生も大抵のことには目をつぶっていた。
Let's go!
そうだったのか。
As soon as her soup, she speaks like she's talking about someone else again.
私は天才なんかじゃないのにな。イスカにいつもバカだバカだと言われていた。アマネ先輩のことをそんな風に言えちゃうなんて。イスカってそんなにすごい子だったの？ああ、イスカは天才だった。
When the man answers, she speaks proudly of her as if she were her own. A genius that surpasses Amane Mochizuki. I can't imagine that. Looking over towards Anchan, he shrugs his shoulders and smiles.
確かイスカが見つけてきたんだよな。ガレージとそこに眠っていたグライダーを。
Amane nods while busily biting her chicken.
ある日突然言ってきたんだ。
She.
すごいものを見つけたって。
Yeah, I'm telling you, she was after our Tatsuya over here, our childhood friend.
グライダーを飛ばすことになった。
A lot of the description had been left out, but I understand it for the most part, so I decided not to delve any deeper. This kind of thing often happens when talking to Amane.
お前たちが乗っているあの機体も元は OB が自作したものにアマネたちが手を加えたんだぞ。
私ずっとアマネちゃんたちが全部作ったんだと思ってた。
No?
OB の人たちもすごかったんだね。
Hearing about the achievements of club members from days gone by made our own achievements seem quite insignificant. We've got to work harder! While we talk about the history of the soaring club, the ones who don't have much to do with it were just enjoying the food.
マー君、これ美味しいよ。ベーコンが巻いてあるやつ。
どれどれ。おほ、マジでうめえ。いいな、こういう飯。うちじゃラーメンと餃子ばっか食わされてるからな。
By the way, Masatsugu, why didn't you invite your girlfriend? We'd like to meet her.
うちもお父さんが洋食嫌いだから、あんまりこういうの食べたことないよ。
ね。
おかわりどんどんしてね。まだたくさんあるから。あ、はい。小鳥さんのお姉さん、優しいね。
しかも超美人じゃねえか。 葵のやつ、いい生活しやがって。
Huh?
おかわり。はいはい、ただい
It's okay, I'll do it.
ま。いいのよ。水瀬さんは座ってて。
She said as her slippers sputtered as she went into the kitchen.
ひばりさんってさ、絶対いいお嫁さんになるよね。彼氏とかいるのかな。どこの馬の骨ともわからないやつにお姉ちゃんあげる気はないからね。
Let's go.
付き合う相手はこの私が厳しく審査するわ。こっちはこっちでシスコン丸だしね。
A little bit. I mean the other one as well, to be fair.
私はただひばり姉が大好きなだけで。
That excuse is completely lame. Well, it's good for sisters to get along.
ハバネの姉ちゃんってあんちゃんと同い年くらい？
かな。
We'll look at Anchan then at Amane.
ってことは先輩とも同じくらいか。
Or
お待たせしました。
Hibari puts a second healthy of chicken on Ama's plate. If Amane hadn't become the super repeat student and had just graduated normally, maybe she would have ended up like her. Nah, she would be in the laboratory. Or more like, inventing stuff. Nah, there's no way that could happen. She would have swapped her school uniform for a white coat and joined her dad working in the lab, told you. Maybe her lifestyle wouldn't be that different to how it is now.
そういやさ、あまねちゃん、いつもなんか書いてるよね。あれって何の設計図なの？
Kotori asked a simple question.
ああ、それ私も気になってた。
There was something that was on my mind as well, a little bit.
グライダーだが？でももう完成してるじゃないですか。
Yes, says Kotori. Amanda wiped her mouth and stood up. She leaves the dining hall and comes back shortly after.
これか？
Amane lays out the aforementioned designs. It's a glide, but it's a different shape to our one. In relation to the body, the wings protrude from further forward. Maybe it's one... I think... Have I said that? I don't know if I said that or not. Maybe it's like a one-person thing.
何これ？翼の形が違う。他にも改良されてるわね。胴体の形は同じだけど、ほら、こことか。
Eka points out all the small differences one by one. There were a considerable number of these changes.
これは本当は作るはずだった機体なんだ。本当は作るはずだった？
Amane notes.
さっき達也が言ってたけど、今の機体は旧ソアリング部の先輩方が自作したものだ。すごくよくできたいい機体だけれど、細部まで煮詰められてはいない。おそらく外国の有名な機体を真似て作ったせいだろう。機能を理解しないまま模倣した形跡がある。そこへ私なりに改良を加えてみた。
We all eagerly look at the designs. Even when I find the differences, I've got no idea how this is any better, you know. But the old members used the aircraft to fly above the clouds, didn't they? They also took the photo. In which case, the design specs must be good enough, right?
当時の高校日誌によると、あの時のフライトは飛行機曳行だったらしい。
Oh, so wait, they were higher off the butt, that's why. It's a launch method using a tow plane, not a winch to put the glider into the air, taking off together.
じゃあ、最初からかなりの高度まで上がれたわけか。
I'm gonna notes. し
かし、我々に飛行機はない。私はウィンチ曳行で少しでも高く飛べるよう、設計の細部まで煮詰め直すことにしたんだ。
The result of which are these designs.
でも、結局作らなかったのよね。
Kotori question is answered by Anchan.
ボディに加工を加えているし、主翼を一から作り直す必要もある。これを実現しようと思ったら、相当な時間と費用が必要になっただろう。
If I had been working on this from back then, Anchan would have been at the center of the production.
できなくはないだろうが、難しかっただろうな。
それに、設計図はまだ完成していない。 なかなかアイデアがまとまらないんだ。私はバカだからな。
You're not stupid. If Amane can do it, it would be impossible for anyone else to. Amane carelessly folded out the designs, put them onto one side, and went back to eating.
アイシールが跳ねる。お姉ちゃんそれどっかやっといて。はーい。
Hibari moved the designs to a place where they wouldn't get dirty, while the rest of us continued the meal. After the meal, we went out into the garden to do some fireworks. Since the farewell party was planned in a hurry, there was a limit to what we'd be able to do, but... "Want to do fireworks with Amane?" said Kotori. "Damn it! I thought that myself, who isn't exactly our leader, but she decided it there and then." There were no objections. The rest of us also wanted to do fireworks with Amane. I mean, she's second in command after Amane, to be fair, supposedly, so...
面白いなこれ。色が変わった。ほら見て見て、アマネちゃん。おお、ほんとだ。いいな。私もそれやりたいぞ。
Amane is doing handheld fireworks with Kotori. They both seem to find these fireworks unusual and are enjoying themselves.
ぬるい。ここは一つうちらの流儀を見せておかないといけないわね。
Getting fired up, screening fountain top fireworks that are normally placed in the ground, one in each hand. If you like them, they wave your arms around. You can chase after people, which is one of our... Don't do it.
なんでよ、返してよ。
Just don't. No. We finally create a peaceful atmosphere and you're gonna mess it up.
葵のノリが悪くなった。あーちゃん、もう大きいんだから子供みたいな遊びはやめようよ。
Exactly. This is what an older sister being scolded by her younger sister looks like.
行くぞそれ
Shouted Matsugu as he came running in from the side, lighting large number of mini pinwheels and throwing them around all over the place.
うわ
へへへどうだ
麻婆のアホ。
You dumbass! What are you gonna do if someone gets burned?
うわドキドキした。くー、許せない。そのバカ捕まえて。
へへここまでおいで
Easy.
あ、逃げた。
Hold it right there! Police!
誰が捕まるかっての
Someone else can fall. Let's go. Masatsugu running around like a little monkey suddenly stopped in his tracks. In the blink of an eye, Anchan had grabbed him by the scruff of the neck.
あんちゃん
Rest in peace, Mabo.
マーボーちょっとあっちで話をしようか。
Yep, rest in peace. Speaking kindly, Anchan took Masatsugu over to the shadows.
あのな、マーボー。楽しむのは大切なことだが、女の子を怖がらせちゃいけない。もう子供じゃないんだ。お前だって女の子に嫌われたくないだろ。
はい
ああ、あんちゃんを怒らせちゃった。
He was doing the same thing you were planning to do, wasn't he?
みんな子供だよ。
Hmm.
みんなかき氷できたよ。
Kanoko came carrying a train to the garden.
どうぞ、シロップもありますからね。わあ、かき氷だ。練乳あるかな。私、いちごのやつ。はいはい、幼い幼い。ちゃんと全員の分あるから。
Thanks for going to all this trouble.
いいえ、いいんです。だって小鳥ちゃんがあんなに楽しそうなんですもの。
Hibari gets a little tearful. I guess that since I came to the dormitory, the only really thing she enjoyed was eating ice cream. Can't. The only... whatever. Weird English there. At some point, the days where Kotori doesn't smile have become fewer, and she gets fun every day. Not just Kotori, but the rest of us too.
みんな部活動のおかげなんですよね。
Maybe. There was something that we could go all get into and people who felt the same. Amane is gonna start it, and then myself and the others will continue with it. But Amane won't be around for much longer.
お、かき氷か。俺はレモン味にするかな。
Let's go, touch you, you know what's good.
あんちゃん、俺も食っていい？
反省したか？
したよ。俺、女の子に嫌われたくない。
あんたそれどういう反省の仕方よ。
うっせ、お前だけは女とは認めね
なんだったかなたく、いちいち騒がしい連中ね。
Brain freeze.
食べられないじゃん。
Brain freeze. Brain freeze.
キーッときたー。冷たくて美味しいな。この不思議な青色が食欲をそそる。
Blue. Strange blue. Fireworks and shaved ice. As one of the members of Summer, nothing beats this. After eating the shaved ice, there were still some fireworks left. It looks like I got Kotori and Masatsugu to buy them, but it's kind of a problem because they don't know how much is too much. I go over to where Kotori and Aga are to do some more handheld fireworks.
綺麗ね。私はもっとわーって派手な方が好きだけどな。
Too noisy. I like them both, but rather than getting really noisy and excited about it, I wanted to make the most of the last remnants of the summer. As I lay the handheld firework, Kanchan comes up beside me.
ハンちゃんもやる？この鉄砲型のやつとかどう？
頑張れ。
あ、それ私の最後にやろうと思ってたやつ。
いや、俺はいいよ。お前らが楽しんでるの、こうやって眺めてるだけで十分だ。
Such a great medicine. Everyone looked at him like they didn't really understand what he meant. Anchan sat down next to me and looked over at Amane, who was also doing fireworks a little further away. I look at her too. I'm also doing sparklers with Masatsugu and Hotaru.
なんだか可愛いな、この花火は。
線香花火は最後にやるもんだろ。
いいの、好きなんだもん。うん、私もだ。
チェ、女ってこういうの好きだよな。
Anchan, watching over them, had a kind yet sad look to in his eyes. Hey, Anchan. Where did it that Isuka go? As I asked, Kotori and Aga raised their heads.
どうしてそんなことを聞くんだ？
Anchan must realize that it's been on our minds. But despite that, that's how he answered. Amane told us that she went away somewhere. Well, I don't know. I don't know where she went. That's what Amane said earlier today when I asked her at Windmill Hill. Amane continued to build the glider because she wanted to know why Isuka was so obsessed with it. She might understand it if she passes through the passage of clouds, is what she said. Hey, Anchan, so why did Isuka go away? I, or rather all of us, had predicted the same answer. That she had died in an accident. It was a terrible thing to think and we didn't want to be right about it.
さあ、わからない。
You don't know!
事故があったんでしょ？
Anchan's face seemed to say, How do you know about that?
ああ、そうだ。いつかはその事故に巻き込まれたらしい。
Would be fun. No, I'm not gonna say this. But I would like to hear that the incident was Tobioka getting beaten up by someone.
じゃあ、やっぱり。
In response to Kotori's murmuring, Anchan lowers his head like he can't say anything.
あれは夏休みの間に起こった出来事だった。あの時、Amaneも俺も風が浦にはいなかったんだ。
Uh-huh.
事故があったことは壊れた機体を見れば明らかだった。
Uh-huh.
けど、そこで何があったかは結局教えられず、いつかは二度と戻ってこなかった。
Huh? So she really did die after all? However, it seems that Anchan has another explanation.
もしその事故でいつかが死んだのなら、もっと大きな問題になっていたはずだ。
Yep.
しかし、学校側は事故をもみ消し、なかったことにした。以来、その話はタブーとなった。
I have a feeling that Asshole did something. That old freaking prick.
探さなかったの？
探そうとしたさ。けど、いつかは寮生で一人暮らし。実家がどこにあるか誰も知らなかった。
トビウオ層のオーナーさんなら知っていたんじゃ。
教えてはもらえなかった。 どうやら口止めされていたらしい。
Amane also.
ああ、あいつも俺と同じでイスカがどうなったのか知らないはずだ。
Damn it.
アマネはイスカがいなくなった後もグライダー制作を続けた。まるでそうすることでイスカが戻ってくるって信じてるみたいに。
あんちゃんも続けてたんでしょ？
Anshan shook his head. That meant he was saying no.
イスカがいなくなった後、アマネは変わった。人を寄せつけなくなった。
Ah.
あのアマネちゃんが？
We looked at each other like we couldn't believe it.
それ以来、俺はアマネと疎遠になっていった。気には留めていたんだがな。誰もいないガレージで孤独に浸るあいつを見ているのが辛かった。それに何より、突然イスカを失って、俺もかなり参ってた。
I didn't know what to say. Amane continuing to work on the glider alone in that great big garage. Anshan hurt deeply from losing someone. I didn't want to imagine that of them like that.
私たちが出会った時、アマネちゃんはすぐに私たちを受け入れてくれたわ。でも部員を入れることには積極的じゃなかったわ。
The thing that made her become more positive was Kotori bringing the photo and discussed flight log.
歳月が傷を癒して、アマネの堅くなさも評価していったんだろう。けど、あいつがあんなに楽しそうにしてるのは、葵たちのおかげだと思う。
また色が変わった。面白いな。綺麗ですね。
An innocent smile lit up Amane's face as she watched the little sparks crackling and popping. The rainbow-colored lights reflected in her eyes as she watched earnestly like a little kid. Amane fondled the mysterious image of the little sparks and her curiosity made her heart flutter.
なあ、誰のが一番長いか競争しようぜ。
いいよ。おお、面白そうだな。やろうやろう。
Anshan watched over her with a kind look in his eyes, but it was like he was looking at something far, far away.
俺は自分のことで手一杯で、友達だったあいつに何もしてやれなかった。都合のいい話だが、お前たちがあいつと出会ってくれたことに心から感謝してる。
Anshan will continue to be with her. Anshan shook his head.
俺はとっくに引退した身だ。OB として手伝えることがあれば手を貸すよ。引退までの間、アマネのこと頼む。
Agata Kotori and I all nodded silently at Anshan's request. Anshan's cell phone started ringing.
悪い。もしもし、達也です。はい。はい。本当っすか、吉沢さん。わかりました。明日の朝一番で取りに行きます。
Anshan grins as he ends the call. Hehe, what is it?
喜べ、お前ら!
Tomorrow morning, the flight shall happen, I guess. When he told us, we suddenly became about twice as excited. And then...
Amane senpai!
Tomorrow, the wing chase!
ウインチ、戻ってくるって
As we tell her, Amane looks red and looks at us dubiously.
つまり
We can start testing again from tomorrow. We forget all the last remnants of summer. We were already thinking about the next day. And I will leave you to thinking about the next day as well, because this is the moment when we end the episode. Hope you enjoyed. Consider liking the video, subscribe if you're new around, and so on. And tomorrow, hopefully, we'll do a test flight. Once again, we'll see. I know what's going on, but...
校舎裏にひっそり
I don't know that voice. I don't know that voice. We'll get to it tomorrow. Hope to see you there. Have a good one. Bye-bye.